Hey there, it's Natalie, and I'm here in Bentiu town in Rubkona County in Unity State in South Sudan. The state is prone to flooding. It's part of the Sud, Greater Upper Nile region of South Sudan. Sud means swamp of Sudan. And this place is very prone to flooding because it's black cotton soil, it's very flat, and this is really sort of the sump of South Sudan, this whole region. So all water from the Nile River Basin flows through here, and we are experiencing extreme weather events and water behavior for a variety of reasons, not only climate change, but that's part of it. So I've been here for the last 3 weeks developing various designs and prototypes. We've really had sort of a laboratory here looking at what are possible ways to address food supplements in a period of extreme flooding behavior. So we've done some rafts, different types of rafts, prototypes for floating gardens, also chinampas based off of the Aztec model in Xochimilco in Mexico City to do raised island beds sort of. And now what we're doing is focusing around how to do much more biointensive food production just directly around the household, so we can have a supplement of much more micronutrient rich greens and vegetables at the household. So I'm here in this IDP camp. IDP means internally displaced people. So all the people who live here have been displaced from their communities that have been completely flooded. So what we have done here is establish a permagarden, and we've designed a whole system here that really tries to make use of the different types of wild energies and energy flows throughout the system. So we have here a little food forest demo, and what that means is that we've developed a series of smile berms. So everything here is measured on contour. We use the A-frame. That tool over there is a locally made A-frame survey tool. So all the water is traveling in this direction, will be captured here, and we've planted trees. This whole place is like basically a one tree food forest. So this is a guild where a lot of different plants will be planted and micronutrient rich vegetables. This whole entire place will be completely mulched with organic matter, grasses, dried leaves. So you know, here, for example, you can see water will flow from here. When this fills up, will flow into this one. When this flows up, will fill into this bioswale. And likewise, this is all sort of a fill and spill circuit. So water and nutrient, right? The silt that's running off of the landscape because of soil erosion, all of that now will flow into this bioswale on contour. A bioswale is basically a trench that is at the same elevation across its entirety, and what that means is that water, when it enters, can slow down, it can spread out across the landscape and soak and sink deep into the soil and infiltrate the soil. We're covering it with a trellis for two reasons. We want to extend the growing surface area to just make the highest and best use of the space, and also to create microclimates. We want to make sure we have three-dimensional gardens and farms, not only one-dimensional on the ground. So this extends the growing area, but it also serves the important function of shading the moisture and reducing the evaporation that collects inside of the swale. So over here, we have what we call a rain garden, or a mulch basin, or gray water mulch basin, or banana circle. You can call it whatever you want, but it's just a place that's dug out, and it is also open to the uphill side, so water will be able to enter here, collect. This will be completely covered in mulches, and this place will be a concentration of fertility and moisture retention that a lot of other greens can be grown inside. And then we'll surround this with banana trees, with papaya trees, and every part of this system is thought through how it's interconnected and integrated. So if there's excess water here, it will spill out into the swale, and if the swale is too full, it's going to pour out. We always cap the swale. We don't want water to exit at the end of the swale. So water will spill out here, and continue into this gray water, or mulch basin or banana circle. And then the exit point for that will be away from this house. We want to protect this house from water and from flooding. So if this system fills up with too much water, the exit point will be between these two homes and will carry on downhill. So the other thing is that because this place is all made of very impervious black cotton soil, what we're doing is modeling how to do a double dug bed. A double dug bed, in this case, we're doing it about 50 centimeters deep, and this will be filled with all kinds of materials that are just locally available organic materials. So we have mulches like brown materials, which is carbon. That can be dried leaves, dried grasses. We also have, that these ladies are sitting next to a pile of neem leaves. Why are we using neem leaves? Because that's what we have. That's what's locally available. So this bed is going to be filled with all of this material, including also local animal manures, and then the soil will be returned back onto the bed and biointensively planted. And because we've basically impregnated this bed with so much fertility, you can see how habitually here people plant in a very, very sparse pattern. It's not intensive at all. But this will allow us to grow, plants like either growing okra or khudra or jirjir, which is arugula, that's very popular here, and do it in a very tight spacing. So, even 10, 20 centimeters apart. Loalchi right now is just using the A-frame to measure the bottom of the double dug bed to ensure that it's completely level on the bottom, because we don't want any area that there's a sump where water will pool in one particular area and cause waterlogging. Again, this is, totally impervious black cotton soil, so it can really, the water can really get in there and stay logged for a long time, which is why we have the flooding here in Bentiu. So we're leaving this for now. We're going to help in a bit of a comparison. We'll come in with mulches, try to improve the way that people are doing it. So little by little, layering in different types of techniques and strategies that people can use simply around their home in order to intensify their food production and increase and enhance the nutrient quality of the food that they're growing. So that's it. Just to recap, we've got a little food forest demo there with what we call smile berms or half moons on contour. This mulch basin or rain garden that will spill into the bioswale. Also the food forest fills into the bioswale, and any excess water will flow either through this spillway or the spillway where that lady's standing and continue on through the system, be captured either here or flow through the beds that will be developed later or the existing waffle garden with the okra. So that's it. Thanks a lot.